This week on the Jock and Nerd podcast, Warner Brothers releases the first trailer for their space epic Dune.
Geek Boner.
The Oscars announce new inclusion requirements for Best Picture nominees, and Tenet's box office isn't exactly spreading confidence in Hollywood. Plus, our review of the live-action Mulan on Disney Plus, and a whole bunch more, all in this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Thursday, September 10th, 2020.
This is Norm MacDonald, and you're listening to the, hang on, I got it here. It says, the Jock and Nerd Podcast, known for their series of gay erotica found on Amazon, No? That's not that? Oh. Well, I fucked that up, I guess.
Check one. All right. This is really fans out there. Let's give it up. We talking, we nerding. We funny, disturbing. We talking, we nerding. We spoiler alert. Oh yeah. We talking, we nerding. We funny, disturbing. Oh yeah. I'm talking, we nerding. We spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, hello listener, what's happening? And welcome to the Jock and Nerd Podcast, where we deliver comic book and superhero TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose. Jock and Nerd! My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the Nerd.
And joining us is the official Jock and Nerd Podcast, WAP.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It stands for Wet Ass Puppet. His name is Rug Boy. What's up, you wet ass puppet?
I thought you were going in a different direction with that.
What else does WAP stand for? I don't know. What
without papers?
Yeah, there's that. Isn't that?
Yeah, it's a
Isn't that also a slur for Italians?
See,
Yeah.
you guys, I don't.
You don't like my last name, Bambino? You have to make fun of it, Imran?
No, I'm talking
I
about.
totally forgot that WAP was a slur for Italians because it's just so popularized now for the other acronym.
I thought that was WOP. I thought it was spelled.
It
different.
is, but they both say that they're both, I think,
both
pronounced the same way.
Yes.
I don't think it's called WAP for what Cardi B created.
Is that what that is? Is that where that came from? I just saw that somewhere, and I'm like, oh, wet ass puppet. Somebody,
You don't know where that's from?
I stole that joke from our listener John Campbell. He posted that in the Facebook group. No, Anthony, where is that from?
Yeah, it's a Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion song called Wet Ass Pussy.
Oh, see, I
WAP.
know.
Oh,
I think that Felty should take it
Hey,
back.
what's that song about, Anthony?
Yes. Can you give us the gist of the content?
Yeah, is it?
What's
Just
the
some cats in
message?
the rain, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cats don't really like rain, so that's why they're saying about it.
Puppets shouldn't also be in the rain either. It's dangerous for them. You will degrade, right, Ruggs?
Well, if they're anything like gremlins,
Yes.
you don't want to get them wet.
Multiply. Yeah, well, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I just wanted to say wet ass puppet. Thanks for the clarification.
Now, I actually have a question about this.
Okay.
Now, you could say wet ass pussy,
Yeah.
which I guess you're talking about your pussy being wet.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
what if you're talking about your wet ass pussy?
Ass pussy.
Yeah, your ass pussy.
Well, it all.
Is that the connection from the ass to the pussy?
Yeah.
That little
no,
area
it's like
there?
it's like
Oh.
if you don't have a pussy, your ass is your pussy. So you have your ass pussy.
So it depends where you put the
Oh.
hyphen. I
Like
guess.
if you're a bottom, that's what you
Oh.
call it sometimes.
Is
The ass pussy.
Is there a hyphen between the word ass and
In
pussy?
prison, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what they call it, but like I've heard it said before.
Good question. Right in, listener.
And
Show
I've
it,
watched
Jock
gay
and Nerd.
porn, and they said it
Yeah.
in the gay porn. So it's not the gay people that are in the porn are saying it. So don't ask me why I'm watching gay porn.
The homosexuals, yes.
It's for research.
Listen. All I know is I'm going to be a grammar Nazi, and it depends where you put the hyphen in those three words. That's how you figure it.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's wet hyphen ass.
No,
Hyphen.
no. The hyphen would come between
Ass
the second.
pussy.
Yes, the second two. Yes.
Oh,
And you
Have either of you seen the music video to this?
No, I haven't.
you've seen one Cardi B video. You've seen them all.
Yeah, is it the same?
I mean, unless
It's pretty trippy, but
does she have a new ass in it, or is it the same ass? I've seen it
Is she
1,000 times.
upgraded? Does she get
I think
anything?
it's the same. Maybe it's new. I
New
don't know which
addition?
video you've seen prior.
I don't know.
But,
She just they
There's a
staple a
pretty
new
famous
ass.
dance to it, too.
Oh,
that a lot of people recreate.
It's called the wet ass puppet. All right, enough about Cardi B's ass. We got some stuff to talk about. Let's get to the geek news.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
The fact that you were so quick to move on from that shows you just get no wet ass pussy.
No, wet
whatsoever.
ass puppet. Wet ass puppet. Wet
How
ass
does it go? Is there like a stanza or
Is
like
it catchy at all? Is
is
there
there like
It
a
is
chorus?
catchy.
Yeah, it's
What's the
catchy.
chorus, Anthony? You sing very
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Wait, let me think. With there's like an old song that they riff or they sampled, where the guys
course.
going, "There's these hoes in this house. There's
Oh.
some hoes in this house," and then they're just rapping over it.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
he's saying like something about wet ass pussy, but something about wet ass pussy, and then they're just
So it's one of those wholesome songs that's out there these days.
it's quite wholesome for sure.
Yeah, I think I saw Sesame Street.
It's like
the cover
women's
on Sesame Street.
empowerment. They can just rap
yeah.
about that, and it's fine. She's like
When
a
are we
guy,
gonna have, we haven't had a Dick song in a while.
Yes, well, Dick in the Box, but that was like a joke song.
Well, Mickey Avalon's "My Dick" is probably the shining example.
Forgot
Do you know
about
that
that
one,
one.
Anthony?
my dick. And
Yes.
then they say a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Detachable
Dick.
penis.
That's the best one.
Like King Missile.
It's the only Dick song that I could think of.
I
No, there's not a
agree.
lot of dick songs.
There needs to be more Dick songs. Get on that, Cardi B.
Yeah.
Yes?
She's getting on the dick.
She's and then make
We
a
need
song.
Cardi D.
Cardi D. We need a Cardi D.
The Cardi C.
Yes, all the alphabet Cardis. Just bring them all out.
This is not a show about comic books or movies.
Is that what
No,
we're
we
doing
just
here?
comment on
What are we?
pop culture.
What? Yes.
Oh, shit.
Look, you wet ass puppet. Let's see. All right. Well, look, some stuff
You
happened.
brought it up.
Yeah, you did.
I just want.
This is your fault.
This is all my
This is
fault.
all
That's-
in
Look,
Run
it's your
on.
fault because you don't know what you're talking about, but you
Yes.
bring things up like you do.
This is going great.
Absolutely correct.
Okay. At least it was interesting.
Well, look.
Good start to the show.
I learned, and I'm sure some other people learned also. Now you can be included in these pop culture conversations that you have during your Zoom meetings, people, because it's 2020. Well, look what happened this week. There's stuff that happened that we could talk about. There's a trailer for a new exciting science fiction movie, a movie that's apparently coming out later this year.
Unreal.
Or so they say. Of course, I am talking about Denis Villeneuve's Dune, highly anticipated, put out its first 3-minute long ass trailer. Movie expected to come out December 18th, 2020. Ruggs is you're our big Dune guy. You've talked about Dune a lot and how everything has stolen from Dune. It's influenced everything.
Right.
Let's get your initial thoughts about this fucking trailer, Ruggs.
Well,
You wet ass puppet.
I think overall there was a sense of grandeur and a sense of like epicness to the trailer. Once again, it's got that John Carter syndrome where like since it inspired so many things, everything's gotten its due before this thing.
But this would have been inspired by John Carter also. It's in that line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. John Carter is the first. We all know.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it's just so basically we've seen this stuff in Star Wars. We've seen this stuff in other things, you know, Tatooine, blah, blah, blah. So it seems familiar. Like even in John Carter, it's a desert planet. So, these things don't seem as fresh as they should. It's because we've seen them so many times. So originality and all that stuff, it's hard to do with Dune because it's got so many people ripping it off all the time that it kind of takes away from it. So it's got like a major uphill battle to get people interested. And I feel like some people who know Dune and know what it is and have a big appreciation for it probably were hyped. And I think other people were underwhelmed.
So what about you? As a Dune fan, would you give this
Floppy Jock.
4?
Geek Boner.
I wish there was more. Okay. I wish it was a little bit more, and this is coming from me. I wish it was more diverse of a cast.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, but that doesn't really bother me. I just was like, it would have been nice. Another thing is I wish there were more diversity of color because I feel like it's kind of drab. Like everything's either white or gray or black
or desert colored. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
washed
like, we need color now. We need to fucking bump this up. We need to like, cause there's already like the David Lynch version that's kind of drab. You need to like, let's put it on another level. Let's like add some detail and like richness to it. And it feels like, it doesn't feel like that's there, but that's just a cosmetic thing. And then the last thing I didn't like was the Pink Floyd song.
See, I kind of like the Pink Floyd
I figured
song.
you would.
I
but
love
like,
that pick.
But I felt like I would love to just heard the score.
Well, there's Hans Zimmer's score. He used it, he combined it with the Pink Floyd song.
Yeah,
like
it's
he
in
enhanced
between
it.
here and there.
Yeah.
But I think overall it does hit all the right notes in a lot of ways. So I'm faithful that this movie is going to be good. But the thing is, it's only going to be the first half of Dune.
Yes, this will be 2 movies. It's the first half of the first book, which was written originally in 1965 by Frank Herbert. Anthony, I don't know shit about Dune. How about you?
Yeah, I don't know Dune from Prunes or whatever the fuck this
From
is.
Clune?
Well, I've explained to you what Dune is, right?
I know mostly from you telling us.
It's all about space coke.
I mean, I think you've probably mentioned it. That's the point when I've tuned out in the show. We're being sort of texting, so
without
apologies.
remembering any of that, Anthony, what'd you think of this trailer?
I was really impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is another movie. Not another. There's not very many so far that I think is a shoe-in to do something at the Oscars next year. I also think it looks, and I mean, like an epic, crazy movie.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't know anything about Dune, so the whole premise, even watching the trailer, I was still a bit confused on what was going on. But just the visuals, the amount of grandeur, how epic it looks, the fact that it's, even though based on a book, to me, new sci-fi. You also have the fact that there's all these crazy actors in this.
We will go over the cast. It's stacked.
Well, I'll let you go over it. I mean, it is stacked. Fun fact, they have Batista and Jason Momoa, who are both set to play Drax, so that'll be interesting if they ever fight each other.
Yeah.
And then you throw in the fact that I haven't seen a ton of this guy's movies, but director Denis Villeneuve, or whatever the fuck you say his name is, I've seen one of his movies, which was Arrival.
Oh, Arrival,
and I thought it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So, and apparently this is a passion project for this guy, so I'm really in on it. The only thing I would say that I'm a little hesitant on is you had mentioned this is the first of a 2-part movie.
Yeah.
And when you're adapting a book into 2 parts, sometimes that can be a little iffy. You can get a little, especially a book that's not meant to be adapted that way.
Yeah,
so
it's just too long of a book to make it into one movie.
It's dense. Yeah, I really enjoyed this trailer. I was very impressed. This fucking, like you said, it looks sick. It looks epic. And I just kept thinking about Rugg saying how everything is stolen from this. And you see Star Wars, Star Trek, Mad Max, a little Game of Thrones. There's a monster movie element. There's an awesome sci-fi element. But it looks like it's shot beautifully. It is very dark and drab and washed out. But I guess that's the look he's going for. This movie has been made a couple of times. In 1984, David Lynch does a infamous version that was both a critical and commercial failure.
Floppy Jock.
Failure.
That's a tough movie to watch.
Apparently it's really bad. And then in 2000, the Sci-Fi Channel did a mini-series.
Which is actually very good.
I heard, yes. It got better reviews.
It's low budget. I mean, the budget is terrible.
You could see, there's so much money on the screen. And, Ruggs, that's kind of why it looks epic. It's kind of why I like the Pink Floyd pick, because their music has always seemed kind of fantastical.
Why do you think they used this song? Give me your interpretation.
Eclipse, where he's like, all that you see, everything you do, everything under the sun. What does she say? And then there's the woman singing. It's just like this ethereal space-like epic rock jam, and Floyd's music's always felt that way for me, kind of like you it's just out of reach.
I don't know. I felt that it didn't work for me. I thought I was like, oh, they're using this song? Ugh.
Really?
And, yeah. I didn't like it.
I like the song. So
I like Pink Floyd, but I just don't think it just worked
Floyd.
there.
I like when people use Floyd. Okay, so directed by Denis Villeneuve. Here's the cast. Zendaya is in this. Rebecca.
How do you start with her? That's not the lead.
This is just the cast in the IMDb. Timothy Chalamet, I guess, is the lead. That's the kid you see. Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, who I love, Jason Momoa, Josh Brolin, Dave Bautista, Oscar Isaac, Stellan Skarsgård, Javier Bardem, David Dastmalchian, and other people. Sharon Duncan Brewster. What a crazy cast.
Right.
I mean, that is an epic.
I mean,
cast.
if you love Game of Thrones,
yes,
these actors are going to be doing Game of Thrones type shit.
The suits look cool that they're wearing
because it's the same fucking shit. So
there's fucking stormtroopers. There's just a bunch of stormtroopers.
The only thing is, I think, in my judgment of this movie and having seen Arrival, I think if people are expecting like a lot of action, I have no idea what I'm talking about, by the way, so I can be completely wrong. But if people are expecting this huge sci-fi action flick, I think there's going to be a lot of talky scenes.
No, there's not going to be a lot of action.
It's going to be
that's not what
slow
Dune's about, really.
Yeah.
There you go. But that's the vibe I got. Is there's going to be a lot of character stuff
Just
in this.
think about it as Game of Thrones in space.
So
Okay.
Villeneuve,
That's what it is.
Villeneuve also has done Blade Runner 2049, and then before Sicario. And Enemy is a movie I watched, and what you were just talking about, Anthony, he is a very slow burn paced filmmaker. So Enemy,
I mean, if you watch Arrival, you think that's a sci-fi action flick, and it's not.
And Enemy's even slower. It starts Jake Gyllenhaal, and it's so weird. He's like a writer, and he notices this actor that looks just like him. That's his doppelganger, and he goes to find him. And I don't even know what the movie's about when it ended. It was very strange. It's a very weird movie, but it was atmospheric. Just like all of his stuff is very atmospheric and mood heavy, and bathed in light and washed out. And so, I think this looks sick. Now, is it going to release December 18th? I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. With this whole thing, you never know.
This is a lot of money on the screen here.
Did you hear the Twitter the controversy that's Lexi Alexander, who directed Punisher Warzone?
Yeah,
tried to. She was like, well, look, she was trying to make the thing that Dune is based off of Middle Eastern culture,
right?
And there should be Middle Eastern cast.
Oh my God, it's a fucking movie in space,
right?
Well, to her credit.
So I did the perfect tweet, and I said I completely agree. It would be nice if you would have cast Italians to play the Punisher in the Italian mob, but you didn't.
Oh shit!
You used Englishmen.
Did she respond?
Nothing, because there's nothing you could say to that because she fucking didn't do it.
Isn't
either.
it true?
That's great.
If you notice, Ruggs, isn't it true that she mentions the Crusades, but isn't it called jihad in the book?
Yeah, they use a lot of Middle Eastern Arabic language
stuff. Yeah,
because I think. Not to get into Dune too much, but I think that the Muslim religion or whatever is prominent and is part of people's lives. You don't have to be Arabic to be Muslim.
Right.
You could just be the religion that takes over the earth and all of the people that spread out into space, and just becomes part of the language. It has nothing to do with who, you could have Christians of every creed, right?
Yeah.
So that she was trying to make that connection.
Yeah.
That since it uses the culture that they should be represented, which I agree with in a way.
Yeah.
But not as she's being really draconian about it, and it's pretty dumb.
Did you speaking of diversity,
Yes.
I know it's not in the notes, or maybe it is. I'm taking a look right now. Let's just get to that point because it's already relevant.
Yes.
But the Oscars announced a bunch of diversity initiatives.
Yes. All right, Anthony, bring it up. What do you know about this?
So in 2024, they've set up a bunch of initiatives for diversity. And if you do not meet these initiatives, you won't be nominated for Best Picture.
Yes.
You can't be. You can be nominated for everything else. You just can't be nominated for Best Picture.
Yes.
And there was a lot of uproar around this because, you're influencing how people cast these things. But if you look at the actual stipulations, it's not as strict as you would think.
No, it's generally I have a link in the show notes from Variety.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, well, read basically because it's kind of repeats, but there's a theme of what they want these movies to
so you have to meet
include.
a couple standards, right? I think it's 4 different standards. Yep. Standard A, we'll go real quick. At least one actor. You only need to meet one of these 3 things.
Yeah.
At least one actor from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group must be cast in a significant role, or the story must center on women, LGBTQ people, racial or ethnic group, or the disabled, or at least 30% of the cast must be actors from at least 2 of these 4 underrepresented categories. Most movies can hit that third one.
These standards are interesting because they are broken down to on-screen representation, themes, and narratives, as far as the storyline, subject matter, ensemble cast, but then they also go behind the project for creative leadership and project team. You can also, including underused people, underused groups like women, racial or ethnic groups, LGBTQ, and creative leadership, department heads. So there's a whole bunch of that's standard B, and then there's a third standard, industry access and opportunities that they want to offer paid apprenticeship and internship opportunities to all people. But they don't have to do all of these, right?
No, they don't have to do all.
You
of
just got to have one of these.
Right.
on the one hand, this is a good start. On the other hand, why weren't they doing this already without having to like make it a thing? Like, official.
I don't know. I just think if it's a good movie, it's a good movie. But I don't know. I don't think this is going to make the movies any better that they get nominated for the Oscars. There's going to be more similar. So let's see what happens.
I think there was, like, as I mentioned, there's a lot of uproar. But if you look at some of these standards, for instance, crew composition, right?
Yep.
At least 30% of the film's crew is from one of the following underrepresented groups: women, racial, ethnic group, LGBTQ, people with cognitive or physical disabilities. Someone did the research and they looked up that the population of the United States alone is 75% of these people.
Oh, wow.
Women, racial, LGBT. So
that's a lot of people.
You're asking studios to use 75% of people to fill 30%. It's actually not that hard. Or like other key roles is one of them, where at least 6 crewmen or other team roles are, and technical positions, including production assistants, are from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group. So like makeup artist or there's a designer or something like that. Usually those are already women. So like they're already meeting those things. So it's actually not as strenuous as people think. And the reason why they're doing it, I guess, is a lot of Hollywood is just white and male and straight. So they're trying to do things, but they're doing something, but it's really not as strenuous.
I think it's like a straw man. I think they're already. I don't agree. I don't think that Hollywood is. I think when you get to the studio upper level, it's more white male. Well, but I think as you get down into the crews and everything like that, it's pretty widespread out. Like assistants, all these people, they're all of all different kinds of things. So, that's the point I was saying is in that like they already had these. It's kind of like they're just doing it to kind of not save face, but kind of have good PR. But this has already been done. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just so weird that like who's going to oversee all this? And what if you have a great movie and it doesn't get considered because you maybe let's say you missed something or whatever, or something just doesn't quite measure up. Like, I don't know. That's weird.
Well, so what I like about this is you just mentioned like the upper level executives are mostly white and male. This thing has standards across the board from the talent to production to in-house senior executives. Also, there's a criteria and I think that's great. It opens up doors for a lot of people who
it's going to be tough for them to monitor.
How do you enforce this? I don't know.
Because you could just say, hey, your whole cast is white and your crew is white and the execs are white, and then they could just come back and lie and go, yeah, they're all bisexual. Oh, and how are you going to question
ding,
that?
Ding, ding. Okay, I guess you got the box checked. Yeah,
so, it's just going to be hard to monitor.
That's a slippery slope. This isn't until 2024
because they basically don't want anyone to not have enough leeway to pull off things like this.
Until then, Oscar's still so white.
Oh shit,
baby.
So if I watch gay porn, that means that I could I'm good.
Yes.
I can be on a movie set
and
not have to worry about it. If you watch gay porn,
you're always good.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you're doing. No, that was a great place to bring that up, Anthony, and I believe this discussion will come up again in the movie we are reviewing this week. Let's move on. Listener, let us know what you think about all this craziness. Join our Facebook group. It's called the Jock and Nerd Nation. You can chop it up with our listeners, with ourselves. You can also just email us, show@jockandnerd.com if you don't have the Facebook. Welcome to the group this week, Christopher Sykes.
Jock and Nerd.
Whoa.
Psych. Remember that old, do people still,
Wanda Sykes?
Wanda Sykes is great. Do people still say psych and pull that like the old when you were kids? Is that like a old?
And then pull their hand back when they're going to shake your hand?
Yes. Psych.
And then put it through their hair?
There's the TV show Psych.
What do you do? Do you put it through the top of your head and just scratch your bald head?
Yeah. I scratch my balls, actually. I go psych, and then I scratch my balls.
And then you just go right into your pants?
Yeah. I go, there's my jewels.
Jacking off right in front of
them. Whoa. This is a really good episode.
This is a great episode so far.
This is crazy.
Why does this keep happening this episode? Anyways, where's my
lube? It's been a crazy day.
It's been it's 2020. We need to let loose a little bit.
LA's on fire.
Yes, the whole west coast of the United States.
Oh shit.
Listen, we have a lot of listeners all the way from Oregon, Washington, California. I know this. Please, I hope you guys are safe. Thanks for posting the photos, Jose Ibarra and Christopher Sotelo, of like red skies out west. It's fucking wild. I've never seen anything like that. But everyone, stay safe. That's all.
Yeah.
It will get better. Let's check in.
I don't know. Will it get better?
Well, I don't know. It's 2020. Never mind. Who knows anymore? Let's just move on to box office movie news. We have some box office numbers. Tenet has been out for like 2 weeks now. They have opening weekend numbers, but this now brings up a lot of questions for how things should proceed. This is a big experiment. Everybody's watching. The industry watchers they're watching this closely. So according to Box Office Mojo, it says Tenet opening weekend made $20 million.
That's not good. In America?
Yes, domestic.
That's not good at all.
All worldwide, it's sitting at 152 million. But hold on, I found this article that says it may have not made $20 million. So comicbookmovie.com. There's IndieWire. This company has done the math. It turns out the number announced by Warner Brothers also included the Thursday opening, 3 days of early preview screenings, an additional 9 days in Canada, and Labor Day, both there and in the U.S.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Multiple sources telling the site that Tenet grossed $2.6 million in Canada, around $2.5 million on Labor Day, a good $5 million from those sneak peeks. That takes opening weekend down to they actually only made $10 million. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's because we know why that is. I think if this comes out at a normal time, it kills it.
Yes, this is a $200 million movie. This movie easily would have made $80 to $100 million.
Did any of you see it?
I have not.
No.
I'm waiting.
Negative.
Waiting the results. I guess I'll just reveal it. Waiting the results of my COVID test before I go see this movie.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you had a COVID test.
I'm going to have a COVID test, not because I have COVID, but because I went and traveled, and I'm trying to be responsible.
Oh.
You motherfucker.
Bro, do you even podcast?
Oh, yeah, you were somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I was.
He was in a place.
I was in a place far away.
Now you gotta get
kind of like
tested.
Dune. Similar
Dune,
location.
Fucking sniffing some spice.
Yeah. But
it's a lot like Dune.
So look, here's the deal. Some industry people saying Tenet opening weekend was meh to fine. Now what happens? The business film industry remains divided over the question of whether or not Tenet's ticket sales justify releasing more big budgeted films before the coronavirus ends or a vaccine becomes available.
But we all knew this.
yeah.
We all knew that you can't open a film during Corona. You just don't do it. Like, especially when the theaters weren't even, restaurants weren't open. Nothing was really got the green light to open up, and there was shit happening all over the fucking country where people were getting infected. So
this is kind of shitty for theater owners, though, because I feel like they were thinking Tenet's going to come out. This is the movie, like Nolan said. It's going to get everybody back in. Then everyone will start releasing their movies. Now, if it turns out, the next article is that there's a rumor that Wonder Woman 1984 and Black Widow could face further delays because they do not like what they saw with Tenet.
So let's say 1 million people went to the movies. That's a lot more than I thought would.
Yeah.
It's a lot more than I thought would go to the movies. 1 million people went to actual movies.
I would say, as Rug Boy already said, though, we kind of knew this would happen.
Yeah.
Like, people, it's a pandemic.
Yeah.
Not only that, but, people are a little wary, and the movie theaters were 25% capacity, right?
Yes, reduced capacity.
They need to be popping for these things to make money. So I just didn't. I'm glad, and part of me is glad that there's the movie theater business had an opportunity to maybe do something, and Nolan stuck his neck out there. But at the end of the day, I don't think this movie's going to make any money. So I don't understand. I just don't understand the strategy. It looked like a bad idea from the start.
Yeah.
And,
so that $10 million.
Now, did Nolan and Warner? Is it Warner Brothers?
It is Warner Brothers.
Did they just want to The only thing I can think of is them going, well, out of the good of our hearts, we'll lose $100 million.
Yeah, shit.
But I don't feel like that's the case. But
yeah.
I feel like they're smarter than that. Yet you had to have known that this was not going to do.
Why was
good
this a
because
mistake?
it's just in the middle of a pandemic.
So that $10 million also is without two of the major movie markets open. That is Los Angeles and New York still closed.
And when are those going to open?
I don't know. Nobody knows.
And by the time those things open, more than one person. First off, all of my movie friends are like, no, I'm not. I only had one movie friend that said they would go see Tenet in the movie theater.
They're out. Everybody's out.
And another thing is that the buzz isn't great either.
No, it's not.
It wasn't. Nobody's going. You have to fucking see this.
So,
people were coming out of the movie going, "That was all right." I don't. don't get it.
It's
and then
75% on
one quick
Rotten
thing
Tomatoes.
too.
Yeah.
Sorry, is by the time this does come out in, let's say, New York or LA, I know plenty of people that have figured out ways to watch this movie other ways rather than paying for it at movie theater.
So here's a couple of things that are hurting this movie, and there was another article on Forbes by Scott Mendelson who I like. His take is Tenet may end up doing more harm than good to movie theaters. So it is 75% on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.02 out of 10 on the average meter. So
you want a layman's review?
Okay.
So when I was in Vegas,
Yeah.
I was about to walk into a pool, and the promoter comes up to us and goes, "Have you guys seen Tenet?"
Yeah.
We go, No, we haven't seen it. He's like, "Don't watch it. It's so fucking confusing. I don't know what's going on." He's like, halfway through the movie, I didn't know what the hell I was even watching.
So that's my second point, is they've released a movie that you have to watch multiple times. That is so convoluted and confusing, requires multiple views. You've already asked your audience to risk going one time. They're not fucking going back to figure out what this movie is.
All I know is that it's a feast of practical effects, and that is the biggest kind of like draw to wanting to go see it. And the intrigue of trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, it's too frustrating for most people.
Also, I heard that just like Dark Knight Rises and Bane's audio, I heard that largely the audio is really hard to hear.
Oh, shit.
Like, it's hard to discern. It's so challenging whether he buried it on purpose. I don't know why, or he needs his ears checked, and he thinks that's fine. A lot of people reporting they couldn't fucking hear shit.
Oh, that would annoy the fuck
Right,
out
so
of me.
now, super confusing movie. You can't hear what they're saying. I don't know if this experiment was a good idea. So here's the fallout, right? We said this movie came out. The studios are watching. Wonder Woman 84. They're thinking about delaying it now, pushing back Black Widow. Sony just announced today they won't be releasing any major movies in theaters until the coronavirus is gone or the pandemic is over or there's a vaccine.
Oh, shit.
That means your Morbius, your Venom, Let There Be Carnage, any big Sony movie. They're like, we won't make the mistake of putting a very expensive $200 million movie out of the market unless we're sure that theaters are open and operating at significant capacity. So it seems like a lot of people think this Tenet was a kind of a big fuck.
It just seemed to me like Nolan or whoever at Warner Brothers was just super pig-headed about this.
That's a big fuck up right there. It's hubris.
Yes, it seems pig-headed and arrogant and just like to be the first.
I mean, Nolan
one
is
there.
one of those guys in terms of fandom that can draw a crowd, but it just was almost impossible to do this. I don't think there was any movie that would have come out where people would have just come out in droves and packed theaters. And even if they did pack the theaters, again, I mentioned the theaters were at lower capacity. So
yeah.
Not even Rug Boy the motion picture.
Rug
No one
Boy.
came out for that?
Not even Avengers 5 if it suddenly showed up.
Rug Boy the motion picture.
Rug Boy.
Probably that picture actually where Imran shows his penis.
What's that? Private Parts? That's the Howard Stern movie.
No, that student film.
Oh, the student film about Owen's Last Day or whatever it was called.
Whatever the hell that was.
Owen's big move. I don't know. Yeah, Owen's big move. or something.
Everyone can come out
Last
to
Day.
watch that. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, look, whether I'm curious about this movie, I kind of want to.
I still want to see it.
I still want to see it, but we'll see.
With a penis or Tenet?
The thing is, Tenet
Yes.
is fucked over movie theaters. If this thing doesn't have legs and make money, and it causes other theaters to not put out movies, now these movie theaters are in trouble. They reopened for no reason.
Oh, shit.
They got nothing.
I would say, yes, that's a way to look at it. They did fuck up movie theaters, but theaters didn't have shit going on either. So they
It got 'em
needed
something.
Tenet too. They
Yes.
They
needed
can still
someone to
show
try
the old
something.
movies.
Yeah.
They can still show those old ones.
Yeah, I guess they could show the old ones.
And yeah, they were
That's
doing that anyway, like
enough.
16 cents.
Yes. Well, look, if you're going out to the movie theaters, listener, you need a mask. I know where you can get an awesome one. It's at our TeePublic merch shop, jockandnerd.com/shop. Buy a Jock and Nerd mask, and while you're there, get yourself a T-shirt and then maybe a mug and a tumbler. And there's a whole bunch of cool stuff there. jockandnerd.com/shop.
Jock and Nerd.
We already talked about the Oscars. I just got two final quick TV updates here. The Walking Dead, guys. Remember that show?
Yeah.
Still on?
Remember
I
the
can't
show?
believe you still watch that damn
I'm
show.
still watching it. Season 10, season 9. didn't finish, and they still have to finish it. I forget what season, but it was essentially at this point the show that was never going to end. Well, they've confirmed it's ending after season 11. It's actually
11
fucking seasons of The Walking Dead.
Oh, shit.
Isn't that crazy?
Has it been on 11 years?
Yeah, easily, I guess, right?
No.
When was the first season of Walking Dead?
I don't know.
Was.
I don't know.
What are you asking me for?
I'm just going to say things.
2010.
Oh,
yes,
really?
It started in 2010. They also revealed that they are working on a spinoff that is going to focus on Daryl and Carol, and it should be called Daryl and Carol.
Oh, shit.
That would be hilarious. Daryl and Carol fight the dead. And then there's another, they're going to do an anthology-themed spinoff where they will be able to bring back like dead characters and just tell a one-off story. So the final season will run for 24 episodes. No premiere date has been announced. First 12 episodes will air next year, and then the final 12 concluding in 2022. And they're finally airing their last episode of last season because they couldn't finish it. So Walking Dead still alive, but now dead after 11 seasons. And The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, their date has come out. It will be out October 30th.
Geek boner.
On Disney Plus. Jon Favreau is going to direct the premiere. It will be 8 episodes. Rick Famuyiwa also coming back to direct. Carl Weathers is going to direct an episode, and Robert Rodriguez will be directing an episode this season. And Favreau says that the episode lengths will be a little more even this year, unlike last season where it was like, this one's 28 minutes, this one's 46 minutes. Okay, sure.
They all should be an hour long.
I mean,
or at least 40 minutes.
40 to 50 minutes. Just keep it kind of the same length. It doesn't have to be exactly. It's just, it was a little weird when they were just like really short episodes. It's like, what did I just watch?
Sure.
Yeah. I'm excited for The Mandalorian. Disney Plus needs new shit. No, people forget.
I'm starting to care again.
I'm starting to care. They were on the cover of Entertainment Weekly. There was the baby and The Mandalorian.
Well, Carano's getting a lot of heat for posts that she made. Right?
Gina Carano? What happened? What happened?
She just posted, like, open up the stores and stuff. This is ridiculous. And then everybody just started jumping down the throat and calling her a Nazi.
God damn you.
Don't post it.
Fuck that show.
So my guess is that, like, she's no longer on the show. Otherwise, she wouldn't be saying shit.
No, I think she's on the show second season. I don't know.
But maybe she dies.
Maybe she does.
Or maybe there's no third season.
I don't know.
She's like... Why would you put that out there if you know that Disney's like got a puckered asshole like that? That's really sensitive.
As long as Giancarlo Esposito doesn't post shit, because we need him, because he's in everything.
He's in everything.
He is, and he's a big part of Mandalorian. What else? He's in The Boys. This motherfucker's everywhere. Breaking Bad.
He's in Better Call Saul.
Giancarlo Esposito is he's in Spike Lee movies. He's fucking fantastic. Right. You guys, it's that time of the episode again.
My balls was hot.
We got to shout out our fantastic, awesome sponsor. The good folks over at Manscaped are providing support for the Jock and Nerd podcast.
Jock and Nerd.
And they have sent really fun new copy for us to share with you. So I'm just going to read the copy this time because it's hilarious. Before I do, I want to note, I was listening to Kevin Smith and Mark Bernard and Fat Man Beyond. They are also doing Manscaped ads.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they don't use their code. Well, whatever you do.
Fuck that show.
They're kind of funny, but they've made jokes that we already made like several times, like weeks ago. But yes, in their reading. So, I mean, it's a ball shaver. It's only going to go so many places.
Yeah, you only got like
3 jokes going. But check out this great copy. I love the people at Manscaped. They're really awesome. Great product. Fellas, 2020 has made it hard for us to stay as hygienic as we should. Luckily, our partners at Manscaped have made it easy to turn your bathroom into your own private dong salon.
Oh, shit.
Rugs.
Yeah.
You had a dong salon, a private dong salon in your home vestibule. What's one thing that will go in there?
So the first thing that you do when you open the door to the house, you walk into the vestibule, and those are where my balls
That's
are.
where your balls are. It's your own private.
It's like a giant. You know that big statue in Clockwork Orange where they were hitting that woman with it. That's what would be there.
That would be in your dong salon.
Except it would have like chia seeds on it, and it would grow like a chia pet. The ball hair. And then you could like trim it like a bonsai tree.
I love that. My dong salon would have a replica of the statue of David by Michelangelo, except his balls would be really big. And also you could put seeds in there and it would grow. So, Anthony,
you stole my idea.
Anthony, what would your private dong salon look like?
My private dong salon? It would only encompass me because I'm not a homosexual.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so
you said it's
just for you. It's your private. I said it's your own private dong salon. You walk in.
Oh,
what's in there?
I missed the private part. I thought it was a public dong salon.
That's in Europe. We don't do that in this country.
I mean, it's all good if you want a public dong salon.
I'd go to a public dong salon.
Shave my balls, please.
But with Manscaped, you don't need to go to a public dong salon.
No, you have your own private dog salon. They are on a mission to change the grooming game with their below-the-waist grooming and hygiene products, and they just released their shit in the UK, Canada, and Australia.
Oh, shit.
You hear that? All our UK, Canada, and Australia listeners, Steve Morrison, Wes Cranford, David Malofsky, you can all use our code Jock and Nerd and get 20% off at free shipping at Manscaped.com. The Lawnmower 3.0, we have it. Anthony and myself, we use it, not together, separately, but we both have it. And it's amazing. It's got a light.
Maybe we've used it together.
We might have used it together. It's not waterproof, so you could use this in the shower. Anthony, they have new stuff. They have something called Shears 2.0. It's a nail kit. That is a perfect add-on. And
I don't grow any fingernails on my dick.
No, it's for your hands and your feet.
Oh, I do need to trim those. Yeah,
and they're crop preserver and ball reviver. They're all vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free, paraben-free. So your disco stick is in good hands.
Oh, shit.
I love that line. This copy is great, Manscaped. You're probably sitting on the couch with your hand on your balls anyway. Might as well keep them smelling fresh with their ball deodorant. Anyways, they got a foot duster. They have foot deodorant. Wow. Yeah. They got everything. They have everything. If you love your package, listener, just go to their site, click a few buttons, put in the code Jock and Nerd. You will get 20% off and free shipping only at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you.
Jock and Nerd.
I can't wait to see the copy when they, how like eventually like every thing that's directed at men has to be directed at women, like He-Man, and they had She-Ra.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So then there's gonna be like a Womanscaped, and then there's gonna be talking about smelly vagina.
Sister company.
And I want to read that copy.
That copy will be fantastic.
Does your muff stink?
Yeah. Does your wet bush smell like fucking dirty salmon?
The vagina deodorant from Women's Day.
Is it damp and moist?
I think we have a good idea for a sister company for Manscaped. I'll send them an email with our notes.
Does your box smell like a unopened bag of oysters?
Jesus Christ. And with that, we're just going to take a little break here, listener. Play some promos and come back and review Mulan and other stuff right after this.
Wet ass pussy.
Oh, shit.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Check out what's been going on with the Pop Culture Cosmos Show and the PCC Multiverse.
That is by far my favorite because it's also character driven and the stakes are high and there's much more of a mystery and intrigue to it.
A game like Wolfenstein, which people are saying are one of the most socially important video games of the past 10 years.
Catch our shows on radio worldwide 7 days a week or at any time on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or on over 30 more podcast outlets.
Hi, everybody. I'm RJ Metzger.
And I'm Rachel Metzger.
And we're the Skeptical Skeptics.
Each week we talk about all the crazy things in the world, ranging from the paranormal to Bigfoot to UFOs.
And we look at it from the perspective of the believer, the skeptic, and everything in between.
So come check us out on the MSC Podcast Network.
Or go to skepticalskeptics.com and follow us at SkepSkepPod on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Jock and Nerd.
Listener, if you enjoy the show, there's something you should do. Head on over to jockandnerd.com/Patreon and join our fan club.
Jock and Nerd.
It's a great way to show your love, to support the show, and you get bonus content. Everyone gets an exclusive RSS feed that has lots of bonus audio in there. The shows come out early. This week, part 3, Rugs, of our Rug Boy and the Nerd 5-part Patreon-only series.
How many more
There's
left?
2 more. It's 5 parts.
Oh, shit.
This week's episode is titled Shortest Longest, and that's because we play you the shortest song and the longest song.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I didn't put a lot of thought into that one.
Way to curate it,
Yes,
Ron.
I didn't put a lot of thought into the theme of this one. It just kind of wrote itself. But there's that and movie reviews, Corona binge reports. Anthony, you got anything coming up?
Maybe.
There may be some stuff.
I'll say this. Depending on if we review this show, I might have a show to review.
Gotcha.
On Patreon.
Yes.
But once it gets cold outside, I will be back into consuming media on the TV, so I will have things to talk about then.
It's on the TV. Getting back to, all right, that's good. jockandnerd.com/Patreon.
Yeah, this week's a little rough for me, but I will hopefully be back on the train.
Yeah, you did I put up your War Games and American Assassin, so you could go, but there's tons of stuff. Just sign up.
I did watch something. I'm watching something, but I can't.
All right, time for the review. We are doing the Premiere Access Disney Plus release of the live action Mulan by Disney. Here are your spoilers.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
Of course, this movie is the live-action adaptation of Disney's 1998 animated movie called Mulan, which itself is based on Chinese folklore called The Ballad of Mulan, just like everything Disney has put out. Do you think people are onto the fact that these are not original stories by Disney, or people still don't know?
Yeah, they just take public domain stuff.
Brothers Grimm, everything from Snow White to Cinderella, everything. They didn't write any of that. They just
put their spin on it. And they make millions of dollars.
Yeah, it's a pretty good scam you got going there, Disney. And then so this originally had the release date of November 2nd, 2018. Is that right? I think that was right. And it had lots of delays. And then it had March 27, 2020. Then it was rescheduled to July. Then it was rescheduled to August. Then it was pulled off the release schedule. And just a little over a month ago, they had announced that they are releasing this on Disney Plus September 4th. Funnily enough, before everything shut down, it did get to premiere in Hollywood on March 9th. It had a big red carpet premiere like right before all the shit hit the fan. So on Rotten Tomatoes, Mulan is sitting at 75%. Tomato meter, 6.86 out of 10. Average ratings. And this is where it gets weird if you want to talk about box office numbers. This is a $200 million movie. That's how much the budget is.
Whoa.
$200 million. Internationally, it's already made about $6 million. Okay? Because it was released internationally. It has not come out in China yet. I believe it's coming out there in a few days as we record. But I don't know if Disney is ever going to reveal the actual numbers.
No, they won't.
They're saying they may say something in November at their earnings reports, but they're not going to come out and say, we made this much money. Variety estimated Mulan would need to be rented by about 8.4 million subscribers. That's about 13.8% in order to break even. Business Insider reports after the film's opening weekend, it had reportedly been viewed by 1.12 million households, which would result in about $33.5 million for Disney. So compare that to Tenet's $10 million. Plus, this is money they get to keep all of. They don't have to share with movie theaters or distributors, right? Now, whether Disney is pleased with what's going on so far, I don't know. I saw one thing that said that they were not pleased, and then I saw another thing that said an executive said we are very pleased. What I do know is that right before it was released, they made a deal for the movie to be released also on Amazon Fire TV. So it's not just on Disney Plus, and I think this is probably going to be expanded more. They're going to release it to these other streaming services if the sales aren't good on the Disney Plus, right? You would think.
Yeah.
What it did result in is a 68% spike in Disney Plus app downloads. So I definitely think it got them subscribers. I don't know. It's hard to know.
It's hard to know
how much money this thing made. The movie directed.
It would have. I would say real quick. It would.
Yeah.
If it did really, really well, Disney would have put out a press release
right
or
away.
something.
Sure, right away they would have been like, "We have made our money back. This is a huge hit." Again, similar to Tenet, this seems to be like a middling, mixed kind of financial reception anyway, and kind of critically.
Well, you buried something that's really important, though, is that the information got out that they were going to release it December.
Oh, yes.
On Disney Plus.
Yes.
And I think that hurt the sales a lot.
Yes, right before it came out, the pre-sales weren't good, and now if you wait till December, if you're subscribed to Disney Plus, you will get to watch this movie.
So for people who didn't want to pay the $30,
and I think a lot of people decided to just wait.
Yeah, we're going to wait it out. It's going to be here in a hop, skip, and a jump. It'll be right there.
I paid for this because I wanted them to see this do good, so they would put out Black Widow like this. I don't know if it's working. We will see, but it is 3 months is not a long time.
We were wrong about this. I predicted that it was going to make fucking shitloads of money.
Yeah,
I thought it would do really well.
But there's a lot of factors. There was some kind of political bullshit.
We'll get into it. This movie,
there's all kinds of stuff that kind of laid into the not making
this whole production. From the minute they decided to announce they were making this movie, criticism, controversy, and scrutiny has followed this movie every step of the way. I will get into that. I have a little bit of list. But this movie directed by female director Nikki Caro. Now, with a budget of $200 million, this is the most expensive film ever made by a female director. Written by Rick Jaffa, Amanda Silver, Elizabeth Martin, Lauren Hynek, and starring, here's the fun names everyone comes for, right? This is kind of weird. Mulan, playing Mulan, Yifi Liu. Is that right? Yifi?
Yeah, I go there to get my oil change.
Oh, Yifi Liu.
Oh, shit.
I have a coupon for you. $10 off at the Yifi Liu.
Yeah.
Playing Mulan.
Is that a real name?
That's her name. Yifi Liu.
I never heard her name
Yifi
before.
Liu. Yeah. So apparently they picked her like that. Remember it was an international casting call. They looked at thousands of Asian actresses and picked her. Donnie Yen playing Commander Tongs in this. Also, you got Li Gong, Jet Li playing the Emperor, Jason Scott Lee playing Borikhan, the big bad, Yoson and Zima, Rosalind Chow, Pei Pei Cheng. I just love these names. Jana Tang, Ran Wan, Jun Yu, Chen Tang, Jimmy Wong, and a cameo by Ming Na Wen at the very end, the original voice of Mulan.
Geek bonus.
Nice little touch there. Anthony.
Yes.
I've watched the animated movie after I watched this because I couldn't really remember and I wanted to compare it. It's kind of a lot different, but a lot the same. What is the plot of this Mulan? Wa Mulan. I'm Wa Mulan.
So this is in what? Imperial China? I don't know what.
Imperial China.
Yeah, I don't know
whatever
what year that was. Yeah. And the Chinese are getting invaded by this guy named Borikhan and a bunch of these people from the north.
Yeah.
And all of China is declared to have their families send one male representative to be in the army to fight back against these people. Mulan is kind of a tomboy, and she deceives her father, not deceives her father, but goes against her father's wishes and deceives the entire army and joins the army as disguised as a male when she's obviously a female. And it is about her in a world where she is not supposed to be, and she is probably the most badass character within that world. So
about her kicking ass, taking names. So the basic same plot from the animated movie with a few little subtle changes. What did you think? Let's just start with you, Anthony. I'm more Asian than you, but you are more outwardly appearing Asian than me. So I think it should only be fair that you start.
Sure.
Your opening thoughts.
Thanks for the.
That's such a weird.
We were talking about this before we recorded. I was like, I'm more Asian than Anthony, but Anthony looks more Asian than me. Technically, I'm Asian.
Thanks for putting down my Asianness.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, opening thoughts. So I'll just start off by saying I feel like I'm unique in that obviously I'm Asian, and I've seen a lot of the Disney Renaissance movies. Yeah. Mulan was past the point I started caring about cartoons like this.
Yeah.
So I've never actually seen the original Mulan.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah. So I had nothing to compare this to. I was kind of a good guinea pig in that I wasn't biased towards the original. I was literally just seeing this. I know what the story is, right? But I was just seeing this to see this. I didn't know I didn't have any point of comparison. So obviously saw the movie. Right away when I watch these types of movies, I default to just a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like it's good. But then I thought about it more and I'm just like, there's a lot of the story is a solid story. It's a kind of an inspirational tale about a woman, amongst a very male dominated society, saying no and fighting for what's right and doing heroic things. So on the surface, it's a good story, but overall, I just found the movie to be kind of bland. There's some interesting parts here and there. There's some okay action and different nice color schemes, but then there's some really bad green screen. The dialogue is just really shitty at times.
Yeah.
The way it moves from the pacing is a little weird. So overall, I just I haven't seen a lot of the Disney remakes, but the overarching theme, a lot of them is they're just flat, and I felt like this one was just flat. I just watched the film and. I couldn't. I was pausing it every 20 minutes to look at my phone or do something else. It just, there's some decent stuff in here, but overall, I think the reason I brought up that I default to these movies being 6 out of 10, I think, and I'm reconsidering that is, I think we should expect more from big budget movies like this. Mm-hmm. And with a cast like this and the amount of money and the amount of power behind this, to get something that this kind of just this flat is just kind of disappointing.
Interesting. Ruggs, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so I saw Mulan when it came out.
Yeah.
I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
I never watched it again.
Cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very well done. Actually, beautifully animated.
Still hand-drawn animation back then. Yeah,
it's a classic.
Yeah.
It's great. The music is great. Eddie Murphy's in it. It's great. So, it's a different thing. It's a cartoon, obviously. You can do more. You can do it. It's a comedy. You can do more with that. But the thing is, even in the comedy of the cartoon, some of the moments were handled better.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, multiple people have pointed this out, but I also feel it's true. Like the transition from Mulan to becoming a warrior.
Yeah, becoming a badass.
Let me just put this out there. I'm just going to say it. Okay. This movie is Captain Marvel.
A little bit. It's a little Marvel. Yes,
all right?
It's a little
it's
Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Disney-fied, yes.
All right. So it's Captain Marvel. It's not really Mulan because Mulan is about a girl who trains.
Yes.
And proves that she could be as good as the boys.
Correct.
And eventually, wins over everybody. This movie is like Captain Marvel, somebody who has immense power doesn't recognize her own power, and then she just has to say, "I am Carol."
She's also Rey from Star Wars. She already has the Force.
Right.
Dare I say the words Mary Sue from Rey? But she exactly in the movie, she trains. She does get a little help from Mushu at times, but she doesn't have this chi power that they have her in this movie. It's a major difference.
It just takes a little bit of the dimension out of the heroes. And the thing is, it's like, okay, we could say that shit and be like, yeah, you're fucking whatever. But there's already a movie of Mulan that's better.
Yeah.
That shows you it's better. So it's like, we know that that's better because we've seen it. So it's not like just saying, oh, well, whatever. There's precedent for it. So that's why a lot of people have pointed it out. So and also there's just moments that don't feel as epic as when in the cartoon, Mulan cuts her hair, and it's this big thing when she puts on her father's armor, and the father runs out, and he's in the rain and chases after her not to go. Here it's just like she picks up a sword and then she's in the armor, like, and it's edited. So the editing in this movie, they must have cut a lot of stuff out in this movie because there's things
still 2 hours long. This fucking movie.
There's things that like just happen and there's no context for it. So she goes down. They don't show her putting the armor on. She's got the armor on, and then the parents wake up and then she's gone. And then there's that other scene where she's in the battlefield.
Yeah,
and she all of a sudden is behind a mountain shooting people with arrows, and you don't know how she got there. And she just appeared
it's
there.
It's called a flank move, Ruggs. She flanked them.
But it was just
she just
weird.
shows up there, yeah.
There was a lot of weird editing of things in that. I think it was beautifully shot with cinematography.
Yes.
It was pretty epic and grand, and and everything was like beautifully arranged and designed. But I feel like whoever edited this movie chopped the shit out of it.
Boy.
So it really put a damper on the film. So you have I don't get the bad guy in this film.
Bori Khan.
No, not Bori Khan. The witch.
Oh, the witch is kind of, she goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's a witch. That's an addition.
So yeah, that's another thing that's not in the original Mulan. Was it?
There was a hawk, but the hawk never turned into a witch.
So this lady is trying to convince her to join her, like Darth Vader.
Yeah.
We can rule the world together.
She has the same powers, I guess.
You have the same powers.
Yeah, both women.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
We don't have to be. She's like, we don't have to be Bori Khan's pets, so we can take over.
Yeah. So it was just a weird bad guy.
Yeah.
And it was just like a weird thing. Like she was trying, like why is she was she not aware of this person, I guess? And there's a person here, so now we can team up. I mean, I just didn't get it. It just didn't make enough sense to me.
I like Bori Khan, though. He is badass, dude. Jason Scott Lee.
Yeah. He was fine.
Fucking
I thought he was okay. Just one real quick thing before I forget.
Yeah.
Because Rug Boy mentioned it. The Captain Marvel comparison is actually spot on, but for me in a different way.
Yeah.
In that this is another movie from Disney Marvel, I guess. We're in Disney overall, arching.
It's Disney.
Where you have, it's supposed to be this grand thing. You have a female in a lead role. Like, this is a big movie for women's empowerment. You have all this money behind it.
Yep.
And it's just such a flat movie. It's such a I mean, like Captain Marvel and this one are both. It feels like you're checking the box on all the things that should make this an epic coming out party for women empowerment, but you come out of it and you go, am I going to think about this tomorrow?
There's
like,
no moment.
There's nothing to think about.
There's no memorable moment.
The actress is forgettable.
I think she did a great job. I really love Yiffy Lou.
I'm in the middle on her.
Yeah, I feel like she's like a Brie Larson. She looks the part and everything.
Yeah,
but I don't really.
She's doing a lot of that.
She had some emotional moments, but they're not resonating.
She's
with me.
doing a lot of the martial arts. So my opening thoughts, actually, I thought it was okay. I enjoyed it like a little bit better than okay. I enjoyed the scenery. I enjoyed the period piece. I thought the action was quality. This $200 million. I guess
you've seen movies with not even a quarter of the budget that come out of Chinese cinema that do the same shit.
They shot a lot of this on location in China. We'll get into that. That's the problem. And in New Zealand, but the money went to the sets, I guess, and the costumes. And I mean, some of the big action scenes reminded me of like a Braveheart. There's so many extras out there. They're mixing it up. It's chaotic. It's dangerous.
But that's the thing is like, it's a bloodless action, right?
Yeah, yes.
So they're constantly cutting away from everything.
She's stabbing motherfuckers. And there's no
maybe
blood.
Twice.
Yeah, she killed people.
Yeah, I mean the action at times I was like, oh, this is more than I would expect for Disney in terms of large scale war.
Yeah.
But then at other times, honestly, I felt like the scene with her in the mountain or in the snow.
Yeah,
I felt like that looked terrible. I thought the snow looked fake as fuck.
Avalanche, when the avalanche was coming down.
I thought that looked awful.
See, I kind of like this whole scene. Ruggs, I'm watching it now, but they do set it up. This is kind of one of my favorite parts of the movie, and it's interesting that this happened in the animated movie differently, but you see her running by, grabbing helmets, and then you see the helmets set up on the mountains, and she starts taking them out. But I do love those fireballs that they're launching at the army when they're all in their protective mode. And she's like, I'm going to bring this fucking mountain down on them. Gets them to turn it around. Like, that's kind of badass. I don't know.
For me, the best parts of this movie are her trying to hide the lie within the barracks.
Yeah.
I don't know what other term to use.
Yeah.
Where she's, doing her best to sleep, take
Yes.
guard duty
Yes.
and, all the characters. I like the interplay of the characters thinking she's a man and talking to her about who they're going to get set up with and how she's bringing up all the qualities she would want in a woman because the she is all those qualities.
Yeah.
So I felt like all that kind of worked, but the chi or whatever I thought was a huge mistake. I don't know what the fuck that was.
But I love that move, like the jump kick spear move that she does twice.
Why does
like
it have to be chi?
I don't know. I don't know.
You already have a witch in this movie.
I know. They should have just had her training, and they have a witch. So this chi,
right off the bat, you have people running sideways off the walls.
Yes, they have powers. They're just scaling. That was from
I
the
felt
cartoon
like the chi
too.
was just a thrown in thing. It's like,
I didn't.
What do we need this for?
And no one else had it except for her.
I think
what the thing is like Donnie Yen's character is saying that everyone has it.
Yeah, he had
but
it
that
too.
She's one of the only people that knows how to access it.
I feel like, look, when you look at this movie and you remove the songs and you remove Mushu and the whole thing with the ancestors, there is like a big hole that needs to be filled back in. And
they wanted to create a serious
it's like an epic
film, and they wanted to base it off of the Ballad of Mulan.
Yes.
That was a little different than what Disney. They wanted to create a different film because all the criticism of these Disney movies is they're remaking the same exact film with no heart.
I think they succeeded. It's not a shot-for-shot remake. It has some of the big moments the animated had, but it is its own movie.
Succeeded in making it its own movie.
Yes,
or a good
in making
movie?
it its own, like taking something old and kind of making it new. I feel like they did a good job with
But are
that.
you going to remember it?
Probably not.
Did they really succeed?
I feel
you
like
think little girls will love it? I feel like they'll remember it. And
well, look, this is the way you have to look at it. Is that these little girls that are going to see it? They haven't watched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. They haven't watched Hero. They haven't watched all of these Hong Kong films that are the same pound for pound.
It's PG-13 also, which is the first live-action PG-13 movie
So
they've made.
they're going to be dazzled by this because they haven't seen anything like it.
Yeah.
It's bloodless, so they're not going to have to worry about gore.
Yeah.
And that usually turns like younger kids off.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
So I think in that way, it might be a win, but I feel like it may be too boring for kids in a way.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well,
I don't think the movie's enough fun.
There's
it's joyless
magic
in a lot of ways.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of missing, ironically,
songs and a dragon.
the Disney magic that made those Disney cartoons so wonderful.
Isn't that interesting that they're like they didn't nail that?
I mean, they do have the Reflection song, which actually was also one of the best parts of the movie because they bring back Christina Aguilera to re-sing the song. And if you listen to those two songs, you can hear how her voice has matured.
Oh, wow.
Side note.
Wow.
But so they do have the song like playing, but just the instrumentals of it. So that's nice, but it's just missing like that, I guess, again, that magic, that fire, that pizzazz to make this movie fun. Like there's just... It's almost too serious.
I'm wondering how many of these...
Which is a weird thing to say about a Chinese war film.
Well, yeah, it's an epic Chinese war fantasy movie, but I'm wondering how many decisions were made because they were maybe catering too much toward the Chinese market with this.
And you have like these legends of Chinese cinema in this.
Yeah,
and it's
Jet Li,
Donnie Yen. I mean, you have the guy that played Bruce Lee.
Yes.
I mean, you have all sorts of different actors and actresses. And it's just... flat.
So,
and one quick thing, sorry.
Yeah.
The thing, it crossed my mind, and I don't know how feasible this was, and I understand probably why they didn't do it.
Yeah.
But I was like, you're making this movie, you're filming it in China.
Yeah.
It's Mulan.
Yeah.
You casted an all Chinese cast.
Yeah.
Why not just go the full way and put the movie in Mandarin or Cantonese?
Why are they speaking English?
Why not have an Asian person direct it?
Yeah, that was so... Okay, hold on. You get into that. Yes, that's also a problem. But look, overall, I think the screenplay is probably the weakest bit of this thing. Like
it's very weak. Dialogue and screenplay is really bad.
The performances are okay. The visuals are the set is stunning. The cinematography is stunning. But the screenplay is the worst. I do love their influence of Hong Kong action movies. You see a little anime. You see a little Bollywood influence. And it's all very clean and polished and Disneyfied. Here's a couple of differences between the movie, which bring out some more interesting things, and the animated feature, and a couple little Easter eggs. The most interesting thing at the very beginning of the movie, when they show you the Disney castle and the Disney logo comes up, I don't know if you noticed, that opening castle is from Disneyland Shanghai.
Oh, shit.
This is
Because I've been there.
well, no, yes, nobody would know what that would look like.
Yeah.
This is kind of
I did not notice
This is
that.
a huge deal because Bob Iger's one of his biggest things he accomplished was getting Disney into China, getting a theme park in China. And the movie starts out kind of catering. If you are in China watching this movie, you're going to be like, oh shit, that's Disney. That's the castle from Disneyland Shanghai. So right away, it's letting you know that we're kind of catering to this audience. We noticed, I mentioned there's no songs, but some of the dialogue references some of the songs that were in the animated movie. Did you guys catch any of that?
I remember when they were talking about girls. He said, I want a girl who cooks. And,
And then one guy goes, I'll make a man out of you yet, for that song.
Yeah.
Mushu replaced with a nameless phoenix. What did you guys think about this? This I thought was kind of strange.
Mushu did something different than the Phoenix.
Yes.
I mean, Mushu was guiding her, but in a different kind of way.
Yes, Mushu was sent they prayed to the ancestors. The ancestors picked Mushu to go keep an eye on her, and he kind of helped her a little bit in certain. But this Phoenix was just, it would show up, and I guess it was guiding. It was like, come this way.
It was like a waypoint in the video
just like
game.
a checkpoint. You're like, oh, a save point. I can save here. Here's the Phoenix. Anthony, comments on the Phoenix? Did that do anything for you?
No, I mean, not really. I guess. No, not really.
This next one is interesting. You already mentioned it, Ruggs. Mulan doesn't cut her hair. In the animated movie, it's a huge moment of empowerment, and she's made the decision. She puts on her father's armor and cuts her hair to be a boy. I kind of like this compromise. I'll tell you why. In this one, instead, she puts it in a bun, but they get that moment where she lets her hair down, and the flowing hair when she comes back into battle is fucking badass.
Oh,
and no armor because she's so badass.
Yeah, because she's got the Force. She's Rey from Star Wars. She's Captain Marvel.
I don't know. I wish she would have. I didn't know that she cut her hair.
Yeah.
But the whole time I'm watching this film, I'm going, how does anyone not know this is a woman?
That's another thing.
That's a good one. That's a good. I did like that moment though, where she enters the tent and like it's all the dudes and they're having dude talk, and you're like, "Holy fuck, this girl has not been around boys ever. How's she gonna deal with this?"
For me, that's the most interesting part.
It really is.
putting her as a fish out of water.
This is the thing that I wish that at least in the least that she would have done is just put some bass in her voice.
She tried, but
no, she didn't.
She's like, "Oh, but it didn't." But I don't know how they bought it.
It didn't register at all. Like she was trying to pretend to be a dude.
So in the animated movie, she has a sidekick.
This is Hua Jun.
I'm Hua Jun.
Hua Jun.
Hua Mulan. She has a Mushu voiced by Eddie Murphy, dragon sidekick, but there's also a lucky cricket given to her by her aunt that follows her throughout the whole movie. So she's got two sidekicks. In this one, Cricket is that dude. His name is Cricket. The guy goes, my name is Cricket. My mom says I'm very lucky. That's the nod to Cricket from the movie.
Right.
Every cast member is actually Asian in this movie, unlike the animated Mulan, where they weren't. This one, Mulan has a sister. In the animated movie, she had a pet dog that she called Little Brother. And then we also already mentioned, instead of training to be a badass, she already has fucking powers. So she's already a badass. The hawk is in the animated movie, but it's like her, the bad guy's eyes, and it never turns into a witch, but it's obviously telling them where everybody is. And then, Ming-Na Wen cameo. She was the original Mulan.
They should have given her a bigger part than that.
Yeah, she just comes in. I think she was shooting Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at the time, and that's all she had time to do. Now, I mentioned the criticism and controversy that has followed this movie. 2018, Yiffy Lu reshares an image supporting the Hong Kong police during the protests in Hong Kong. That was not good.
Wait a minute. For the Hong Kong police or the protesters?
She was supporting the police as they brutally cracked out on the protesters.
Well,
yes.
Well, if she wants this movie to do well in China, she actually made a good move.
Okay, so that may have been a good move in the long run. She had to go. They took her out of D23 and kind of made her silent for a while after that.
A lot of us,
yes.
like a lot of Americans, obviously support the Hong Kong, but anyone that is in business with China does not say anything.
Yes. Yeah. So it's a tricky line Disney has to play here.
Yeah.
With they want
That's
their stuff there.
interesting
Yeah,
thing.
it's very interesting. Ruggs, you were right. They received some criticism for hiring a white director for the film. She's female, but she's white. It's not Asian. They had looked at some Asian directors. It just didn't work out. In February of this year, film producer Jason T. Reed said that Mulan's love interest, Captain Li Shang, was dropped in response to the Me Too movement.
Oh, shit.
That's another interesting change. They do hint at a little thing with that one guy
With
that she saves from in the
Chen
Huang Chu.
You know what?
But no love interest.
I would have preferred they had a love. I would have preferred they would have went further with them to have being a love interest, because that would have been actually, for me, again, having not seen the first one, that would have been kind of a beautiful story. Like this guy, these two dudes like bond.
Yes, and then they realize.
And then he realizes that
Yes.
this is a woman, and he's even more infatuated with her because of just how talented she is and how different she is than any girl that he would have ever been set up.
I was kind of waiting for that to happen because they were kind of setting that up, and it just never happens. I was like, "Oh fuck!" But this is why
they shake hands at the end.
Yeah.
I guess they're bros. I don't know what they're going
So
for.
I mean, and then finally, the biggest criticism that just came out after the movie came out is in the credits. They filmed on location, like I said, in China and in New Zealand, but they thank the province of Jinyang in China where they filmed. In Jinyang, there are internment camps containing up to 1 million ethnically Turkic citizens. They're the Uyghurs. They are Muslim minorities that have been disappeared and hustled into internment camps, and China has not done a good job at providing any kind of civil rights, or they're trying to get rid of them, basically. So there's been boycott Mulan. Hashtag started trending when this movie came out because of that.
That's a pretty dumb move. They could have avoided that. Why
They didn't need to go in that province. If someone just fucking did their homework and looked up what the fuck is going on, you couldn't pick another fucking place to film your movie in? That wouldn't have been a hard switch. So, but this movie is just so much criticism and controversy has followed this movie. It's crazy. Yeah, it's an all right movie, you know. All right, gang. Look, I wanted to let's rate it, but rank it. However, I've seen only a few of these live action.
I haven't seen any, so
You haven't seen any at all.
no.
I have. Ruggs, have you seen any
Beauty
of the other?
and the Beast.
Yes, you saw Beauty and the
Cinderella.
Beast. Okay, you saw Cinderella. You see Aladdin, the Aladdins.
I saw a little bit of Aladdin.
We had Lion King, Jungle Book, Dumbo.
I saw a little bit of Dumbo. Didn't watch all of it.
All right, so if out of the
Her Jungle Book is the best one.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, but don't know any.
Okay, so here, I've seen Aladdin. I really liked Aladdin, actually. It was a lot of fun. I like the spin they took on it. And there's also on Disney Plus, they had that, what's that one with the two dogs? Lady and the Tramp. Live action.
Right.
That was cute. That was all right. But just for shits and giggles, I have Variety has ranked all the Disney live action. Let me give you their top 10. At number 10,
Okay.
they have Dumbo. That's Tim Burton. Nobody liked this movie, apparently. So that's the worst. Number 9 is Lion King, actually.
Oh, shit.
Surprise. Number 8 is Alice in Wonderland. Number 7, they have The Lady and the Tramp from Disney Plus. Number 6, 101 Dalmatians from 1996. Number 5, Beauty and the Beast from 2017. Number 4, The Jungle Book from 2016. Number 3, Aladdin from 2018. Number 2, Cinderella from 2015. And at number 1, they have Mulan as the number 1 Disney live action adaptation.
I actually like Cinderella better.
Cinderella is Kenneth Branagh. I heard that's really good. I heard that's one of the best. But out of like the ones,
Must be a tough list.
out of the ones I saw, like Aladdin, I would put Mulan up there somewhere. I haven't seen the other ones, but
I didn't see Aladdin.
yeah,
I
Aladdin's
saw
fun.
Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast was but Cinderella was good.
Cinderella is like one of the better ones, and Jungle Book is one of the better ones. So,
And yeah,
but they think Mulan's the best. Give me a number. What would you rate this movie then, Ruggs?
rank. What do you mean?
Give me a number. I said, give me a number.
for it, like on a scale of 1 to 10.
Rate it. Yeah, forget the ranking. We haven't seen enough of the movies. To
Yeah,
rank
we
it.
can't do that. I'm going to say, look, it's not a terrible movie. It should have been a lot better with the $200 million budget.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say 6.5. It's a better than average.
Yeah.
It's a little bit So better than average is a 6. It's a little bit better than average. So there you go.
Fair enough, Anthony.
I'll go 5.5.
Oh, snap.
Oh,
Not
shit.
completely average. There was some moments where I was feeling little bits of the magic.
Yeah.
And I'll give them the extra 0.5 just because of that and the fact that I liked the song Reflection and they didn't redo the song with a different person.
I'm going to give it a 7. It was enjoyable. I liked certain parts of it. But it is forgettable. And I think it's shit. Like Captain Marvel was flat. This is less.
What do we give Captain Marvel?
I don't know.
The 6?
6.5, 7.
I might at that time I might have even given it a 7. I would probably rethink that.
This was.
Have you thought about watching it again?
No, I don't want to watch it.
I tried to watch it again and I couldn't make it through it.
Oh, shit.
For what it's worth,
Couldn't do it.
on Letterboxd, which is my go-to for snooty film critics.
Yeah.
Or snooty film fans, they have it as a 2.6 out of 5 stars.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's like a 5.
Right.
Yeah, it's like one of these things where I think because it's COVID and I have nothing else to watch that I found it like fun to watch. Like I was interested in watching it.
I did enjoy watching it.
But if I had other stuff to watch, I'd probably be like, nah, I don't want to watch that. So
I think they did a good job at kind of refreshing the material and putting something a little bit new while paying.
I mean, I really wish that we would have gotten a star out of this that was going to be like, that you're like, oh my God, who's this? Like, wow. Like, this is like
I was impressed by,
I don't know.
Most of it. I don't know.
What did you see in Yifi Lu? What
I don't know. I
made you
thought
go?
the physicality, she was physical, and I thought the fighting was good, and she's stunning. And,
I mean, after I watched Shin Godzilla, I was like, that chick can't act, but I bang her. Right? So I didn't have that. Her acting was good, but I wasn't like, oh my God, this is like a star, like a freaking, I need to see her in everything.
I mean, she is nice to like. She is a very pleasant.
She's
to look
she's
at.
fine. Yeah, she's cute. Yeah, she's fine.
But
I'm she leap off the screen
No,
to
I
you.
didn't see that. Honestly, even like, I mean, Donnie Yen was solid, but even like the way they had Jet Li acting, he wasn't even leaping off the screen.
Yeah. I mean, because he's the emperor. He doesn't really.
I know, but he was so understated in that role.
Yep.
I don't know. I was just kind of disappointed by the whole thing.
The chasing of the chickens in the beginning is also like the animated movie. She chases chickens.
So, yeah.
They kept.
I liked. I mean, what's the guy? The Ma? What's his name? That plays the father.
Oh yes, he's great.
He's fine.
He was good. Yeah.
Whenever I see him, I think of.
He's in so many things. Zima. Oh yes,
with the little daughter that's singing Mariah Carey in the back.
Zima was in Arrival also.
Oh, yeah. Was he?
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's been in a lot.
I was just talking up Arrival, and I don't even remember him in it.
He's probably one of the scientists, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was a army general.
He's been in a bunch. Oh, he was in 24 too. Oh yeah, he was like one of in the Chinese season, 24. He's been in a bunch of stuff, so he's great. He's always solid. All right, good stuff. There's a review. Let's do some news from the nation.
It's time for news from the nation.
It's time for news from the nation.
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
We got some comments from our last episode, the What the Fuck Happened retrospective.
This email is like you're doing the episode over.
Oh, should I just not? Do we not want to have?
Did you read this, Anthony?
Fiddlesticks picks.
Oh no!
It's basically he's just doing what we did.
Read the what he picked.
Yeah, here's his picks.
Sorry, Fiddlesticks, we can't read the entire thing.
You're right. But I just think it's interesting what he picked compared to what we picked. Go back and listen to that. You can listen to all the What the Fuck Happened episodes if you just visit our website, jockandnerd.com/WTF happened. And
for what it's worth, Fiddlesticks, if we read this would take up 10 minutes, especially with Imran reading it.
I'm just going to jump to the important parts. But listeners, stay tuned. Next week, we will be doing the 15th edition of what the fuck happened.
Oh, shit.
Superman 4, Quest for Peace. So, if you listened, we had a bunch of categories. We gave out the Golden Ruggie Awards. Fiddlestick says, can't wait to hear your picks. Here are mine. I made a bunch of graphics that were in your podcast app that flipped real quick so you could see while Delhar was talking about it. Worst villain, he picked Electro. I think we picked Electro.
Yeah.
Worst film, Catwoman. I think we picked R.I.P.D., right? But that's also good. Worst actor, Dane DeHaan. That was our pick. Worst director, Mark Webb.
I think we picked Petoff, right?
Yeah, we given it to that French fucker Petoff. Worst script, X-Men Origins Wolverine. That's a good pick. Worst chemistry, the whole cast of Fan-Fantastic. Yes, we thought so. Worst superhero costume, Bat Nipples. Yes. Worst special effects. He says the special effects are the least problematic parts of all 5 of the films. Good point. Weirdest acting choice, Johnny Blaze, Nick Cage. That's who we picked. And then worst source material offender, he says the Fantastic Four, which is not what we picked. But
no, Catwoman.
We said Catwoman. But it's good to hear his picks, and I hope you enjoyed our picks. Got a couple of comments from David Zika. He said, you gave He-Man way too much credit. It's barely a movie. It's like a high school film project.
Did we give it a lot of credit?
Some of your criticisms are expectation ratings and not movie ratings.
Oh, what does that mean? I didn't see the movie.
Well, yeah, Anthony's not involved in this.
I don't know what that means either.
He was never there.
Expectation ratings and movie. Define, David, in your next email.
Oh, boy.
Send us what that means.
Well, he has another comment. He says, the fart analysis failed to mention that the smell from a fart is a couple of atoms, whereas the smallest virus is many tens of thousands of times larger than that.
No.
Which is why it won't get through.
Seeps through.
But also,
the fart seeps through, whereas the virus doesn't.
And it's a bent molecule. The fart molecule, Adam Morris explained, it's bent. It hangs to the left, just like me.
Oh, shit.
Who said that? Blake Braden said, finish watching the first 3 episodes of The Boys. And I can't get enough of the music selection they use for the show, both in its first and second seasons. Umbrella Academy, The Watchmen, both did a fantastic job of putting in music that kept viewers engaged. What TV show episode stuck with you because of the music that went with that specific episode? This could range from basic cable shows like House MD, using Baba O'Reilly by The Who, or Scrubs, using How to Save a Life by The Fray, and can venture to streaming service shows, premium, or cable shows. Do you guys have any thoughts?
The last episode of Sopranos.
Yes, Sopranos did it well with Don't Stop Believing. And also, the opening theme of Sopranos, I would listen to every time. It got you fucking hyped for the show.
Right.
So good. By, what was that? Who was saying that? Something? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
Woke up this morning. Anything else? Anthony, do you have?
That's the first thing that popped.
I got nothing.
I got a couple.
Go ahead.
In ER, I used to watch ER for many years. When Anthony Edwards died, I forgot, who did he play? The bald guy? He got cancer and died. That episode, when he was dying, they played Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Izzy Kamakawiole on the ukulele. And oh, shit. That got me. That got me. It was so sad. I'll never forget it. And then in Scrubs, my favorite Scrubs episode, Scrubs did it great, is the one where Colin Hay from Men at Work, he's like a patient, but he's like following JD around with his acoustic guitar playing Overkill, like throughout the whole episode. He's just giving him a live performance. That one was great.
You're great.
I am great. There's a lot.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I mean, it's
a good question.
I remember like With or Without You from Friends, but I don't think that moved me. I just remember
Breaking Bad had some good ones. That's a good question. There's a lot. I love.
I just watched. Okay, I'll give you one.
Okay.
In Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
I think the last season, Saul gets stranded in the desert.
Yeah.
With a fucking, I think, a bunch of money, and
just cash.
Play a song,
yeah,
from Labi Siffre.
What's that?
He's a singer, an English dude, and it's like in the 70s, and that's with a sample that they get. My Name Is from Eminem.
Oh,
yeah, that's the song that they get that sample from, and I just remembered that whole scene was pretty epic. So
is it the
yes. Yes.
Yeah, that show, Vince Gilligan knows how to use music. So did David Chase on Sopranos. I thought the Umbrella Academy did it amazingly the second season. It was so good.
Yeah, they had a good song.
So good. All right. Well, let's finish up with some What Are We Watching? Can I get The Boys? Episodes 1 through 3 are out. Can I get a watch update, Rugs?
Watched it all. Liked it.
Anthony.
Haven't watched shit from The Boys.
Bro, do you even podcast?
I have watched other things, but you want me to say that now? Or do
Wait,
you wanna-
I have a couple of things about The Boys to let the listener know.
Okay.
I can't wait till you watch it. It's very good. There is an after show on Amazon hosted by Aisha Tyler. For every episode, there's an episode of the after show. So if you want more, you can watch that. Initially, this staggered release, they put out 3 episodes and they're putting them out every Friday. Apparently the show suffered a little review bombing on Amazon from fans who were upset that they couldn't binge the whole thing. These people have a lot of free times on their hands. I don't know why you would do that. And just to be clear, the showrunner, Eric Kripke, has come out and said the decision to stagger episodes wasn't from Amazon, wasn't from the producers. The writers themselves wanted to do this. And his quote is exactly why I think this is better than just dropping everything at once. He says, quote, "Our feeling is that when it airs all 8 at once, it becomes a sugar rush of a binge. People burn through it in a week or 2. There's an intense amount of activity, and then it sort of fades. There's so many great moments in season 2. We want to give them time to marinate."
That's fair.
So, and I love that because Umbrella Academy already, the buzz is fucking going.
What kind of loser groups form where they decide we're going to make a group and decide collectively to review bomb something?
Because a show is coming out every week and not all at once.
Because of a meaningless thing at the end of the day. Like that.
Like I'm a complete loser and I would not do that.
Well, like, do you have nothing better to do but then just be an asshole because it's not your way?
Like,
Jesus.
You have nothing better to do. I would find something way more stupid to do than that.
Yes.
Finger your butthole.
No, that's a good point. It's not productive enough and not even dumb enough on the
It's
other
not even
way.
that stupid. It's just like a
waste
waste.
of time, you fucking idiots. It's not going to do anything. Get a life.
If you ever think about doing that, just get some Vaseline and one of your old action figures and put it up your ass.
It'll be a lot more enjoyable, and you will forget about whatever dumb shit you were going to do. That's a good tip from Rug Boy.
That's what I do.
Yes.
Rug Boy approved.
That's definitely Rug Boy approved. Remember I mentioned they said there was going to be a short film that was going to fill in where Butcher was between seasons that they were going to put out. Well, the short film might have been an exaggeration. Today, they did debut their short film. Apparently, it's only on Twitter at The Boys account. It's 5 minutes long, and it's not a short film. It's one scene that they couldn't fit into any of the other 9 fucking episodes. You can watch it. It's fine. There's some shots in there that you've already seen that were in the first 3 episodes. And then there's like one scene that it's whatever. I was kind of disappointed. That's all it was. It's not a film.
Oh, shit.
It's literally just like, well, I'll have the link in Twitter. You can watch it. And I was watching it and then like something happened and then it ended. And I was like, that's it? The fuck is this? That was a little disappointing. Anthony, what have you been watching?
Somewhat inspired by the fact that in the G-Fest group, shout out to those guys, they kept talking about this, and the fact that I was on a flight, and the fact that I like the Karate Kid, and the fact that it's now on Netflix, I have taken up Cobra Kai, and I'm 7 episodes into the first season.
And?
I fucking love it. I
fucking loved it.
I knew it.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. I think it's really good. I cannot believe that they've made this show and made it so perfect to the tone of what Karate Kid was back in the day, and been able to adapt that and make it into a sitcom-esque type thing with teenagers, and I'm still enjoying it.
And they don't swear. Like, it's very wholesome. It's very clean, but the characters are so good. The writing, the tributes, the homage
they
to the
don't
original.
swear, but I mean, there's dick jokes and there's pussy jokes. I mean, it's not exactly 100% PC.
Yeah.
So, but it's just they've impressed me.
I'm so glad.
I can't wait to finish it.
Yeah, it's suddenly become so buzzy now. It's been out for a few years, but now it's on Netflix. Everybody's watching it. So when you finish it, you guys, we will definitely review the first 2 seasons of Cobra Kai.
All right, cool.
There's a lot of buzz. I think we should talk about it. I've been dying to talk about it.
I really enjoyed it when I watched it.
It's just example of how to continue an old IP from the 80s and honor it and tribute it and make it good.
I think that this is a blueprint for other
Yes.
people to follow.
Yes.
Maybe not as cheesy.
Right.
I think the cheesiness works for this
It does.
because, I mean, look, you got the convention that, Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
Like,
The
can
skinny
do
little
karate. Like, just
guy.
him.
Yes.
Just this guy.
This
looking
fucking
like
guy.
he doesn't look like he could do anything.
Listen,
So,
yes.
it's just funny.
And the fact that they have him doing it again.
Yeah.
in this, and he looks even worse than he did.
He's
back
like
then.
more out of shape than he
At
was.
least Johnny still looks like he could fuck somebody up. You know?
Johnny does look like a somewhat of a badass.
They're old, but
let's say. Wait,
Yes,
are you gonna
let's-
say something?
no,
Sorry.
no. Yeah, no.
I was just gonna say. Are there what's the first '80s thing that you think of that also should be adapted into a series in this kind of vein? The first thing I thought of, although might not work because the main guy is not in the best shape. I was like, Back to the Future.
I
needs
was
to come
thinking
back
the
like
same
that.
thing. Oh, can you imagine Marty McFly's family now and his kids?
Well, they have Rick and Morty.
Yes, which is kind of an extension. So let's see.
I would love to see Marty McFly's kid and something going on where they could tie back.
Yeah.
They could have the girl that was from Howard the Duck come back or something. She's hot.
Yeah. Man, there's what else? You could, it's a TV show though.
As a TV sitcom in this, not in like the same tone, but like, bring back the same actors and new cast thing.
I mean, I don't know. That's
the thing is, Cobra Kai, they were able to take the whole dynamic and flip it. This show has definitely made me Team Johnny,
What
and
if
Danny
they did
LaRusso
the
is
Last
an asshole.
Dragon, Imran?
The Last Starfighter?
No, the Last Dragon.
What's the Last Dragon? I don't remember that one.
That's the kung fu one with the guy.
Oh, the
Who is
kid.
the master? Show enough. You know that one? Kiss My Converse.
Oh, that
You never-
guy. No, you know
never
what?
saw that?
I've never seen The Last Dragon, 1985.
Oh, you got it. We got to review that.
What about whatchamacallit, that The Breakfast Club?
What are like their kids end up
Their
in
kids.
detention?
Yeah.
But that's just a one-off thing. Like the genius
Let's do
of
the Monster Squad. Let's do the Monster Squad.
Oh, Monster Squad. The genius of this is they were able to the Karate Kid movies left with a definitive like mythology and certain things set, and then they just fucking take it and turn it upside down.
I think the Monster Squad would be perfect. I think that's perfect. I think that
Like
that's
they did
one.
the same with Bill and Ted now, and with the new
Karate Kid's
movie.
mythology by the end was pretty screwed up.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. So they're clearly just like the first two movies they're following. Willow, they want to make a Willow. You could do a Willow TV show.
Oh no, please!
Lost Boys. We've reviewed the Lost Boys.
Lost Boys could work.
You could pick up on the Lost Boys.
Lost Boys might work again.
Yeah, I would love to see. Oh, I got one. Fucking never-ending story.
Yeah.
Show me them going back
Maybe.
into the world and the Nothing and Atreyu and all that shit.
The Nothing.
The princess maybe she has a kid.
The Lost Boys, The Breakfast Club.
It's what this is. Although it's a different format of storytelling, this is what I hope the Ghostbusters reboot / continuation is.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
What
should
Big
be.
Trouble in Little China, the series.
You could do that. You could do that.
Just everything with karate in it.
You could do the Gremlins TV show. I think they were trying to do something.
They could probably do the Gremlins.
Yeah. That's a good
There's
question.
a lot. There's a lot of good '80s things that you could try to do like this.
In the meantime, we can
enjoy.
enjoy Cobra Kai. On Netflix, you guys, I watched that Charlie Kaufman movie. I'm thinking of ending things. Here's the thing. We need to all watch this movie and review it because I don't know what the fuck I just watched. The movie ended and I was like,
what?
I was like, wait, what? What did I watch? What happened? Ruggs, have you watched this yet?
I'm kind of like trying. I'm going to watch it, but I'm very like trepidatious about wasting my time.
Holy shit! Wait, we need to watch it and review this.
Because I've heard multiple people say the exact same
It begs
thing.
conversation, though. I need to talk to somebody about this fucking movie.
I'll watch it.
I read a little bit of things that kind of explain things. Okay,
eventually.
whatever you want. I think it's worth a watch, but you have to. I got to watch it again.
I mean, it's Kaufman, so
It's
you gotta
Kaufman,
watch.
Yes. Ruggs, did you catch Raised by Wolves on HBO Max? 3 episodes.
I watched all 3 episodes, and I'm all in.
I like it. I like it.
I'm all in because, all right, like it's slow. It's slow. It's boring in a lot of ways, but it's also fucking so ripe with fucking cool shit, and I'm into it. if you know, I'll give you the elevator pitch if you're interested in watching it. Basically, it is a schism happens on Earth where there is a very religious sect and a very atheist sect.
Yeah.
And the atheists are all about machines and androids and shit like that. And the religious people are like kind of like against them. And so they go to war and they fuck up the Earth. And basically they have to go out to this other planet, which is Kepler.
Kepler 22b.
That's like an Earth-like planet.
Yeah.
And they're both racing to get there first. And the androids get there first. And they start raising humans.
They start growing kids.
Yeah, they start growing kids on the planet.
Yeah.
And they're like trying to raise them in the atheist way and all that other stuff. Like science is the only way.
Yeah.
You know, religion doesn't matter, this and that. And then the humans, the other tribe shows up, and it's about them fighting over this planet. But there's so many that's just the most simplified thing I can tell you. There's so many layers to it.
It's intriguing.
It's about religion. It's about hiding.
Yeah.
It's about all this. It's all about these hidden things.
About family relationships. Like the lady who plays Mother, the android, she's so fucking creepy.
Oh shit.
She's so good.
Yeah.
That's a great performance. I'm in.
Ridley Scott, who you know, he's got a checkered record, but like, I love most of his things. I know a lot of people hate his shit, but like, I fucking still love a lot of his movies.
Anthony, the androids, when they get hurt and they bleed, they have white, milky blood.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So
where have I seen that before?
Yeah,
in the Aliens. So
familiar.
I have this theory that it's a backdoor. Like he can't legally do it.
Yeah,
make it
right.
Tied to aliens.
Right.
But I think he's just throwing that in there for everyone, saying, "Okay, this is possibly
this will happen before.
a way. This is a way to describe how the humans started to get out into the stars.
How they got off the Earth, and
Well, he was really pressured after Prometheus to start including aliens. I think way sooner than he wanted to. In that, he was supposed to make like a trilogy of movies. So this might be his, as you mentioned, this might be his way.
I think he's still working on another alien movie. I thought I read that
God.
somewhere. He still wants to make another stuff. No.
Lame.
But there's creatures in there, and they're kind of cool. It's slow, but it's intriguing.
They look like they're humans.
Yes,
they're like fucked up humans.
Yeah, I'm in. I love the kids. I love the relationship between the androids. There's a mother. There's a father. It's very interesting. We'll see.
And then just the supreme power of Mother.
That comes out every Thursday, and so the episode 4
crazy.
is out.
She could just lay waste to everyone.
Yeah, she's
and
fucking
it's very violent.
Yes.
They just ripping people's faces apart.
Yes,
It's fucking sick.
fucking violent. It's as violent as The Boys, which continues to be violent. And finally, Ruggs, you have played this Marvel's Avengers game?
Yes, I have.
Shit.
Okay, give me your instant early thoughts, because I'm still on the fence about this.
You didn't
game.
buy it?
No, I don't know.
Okay, let's
I
go
don't know
over
if
it.
I'm into this anymore.
The campaign is kind of cool. It's cinematic. The campaign, you feel like you're watching like a new Marvel movie.
Okay,
which is good
with generic actors.
It centers around Kamala Khan.
Cool.
She's the main character.
I like that.
You follow her.
Yeah.
You get to be her a lot in the game.
All right.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
The graphics are okay. They're pretty good in some places, but I feel like a lot of the models look very generic.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like Kamala Khan's face, and then there's two other women. They all have the same kind of face.
Yeah, they kind of look the same.
And it's just
do the different characters play differently enough?
They do. I mean, look, it's not. It's fun. It's like you can have some fun with it, but it's like very repetitive.
Yeah,
You're just kind of like doing the same punches and kicks.
Button mashing.
These guys, button mashing. There's a little. It gets more depth as you go into the game, because then you get more moves that you can like purchase to your character, and like you rack up hit points, and then you can cash those in and buff up your character and give them extra moves and stuff. So it's kind of like Destiny.
So
when you play it,
yeah, this is the part that I don't know if I'm into. So I know they're trying to do the loot and get stuff like Destiny, and I've watched a bunch of gameplay videos of people who have played the game. I watched them play the beta and then watched them play the real game. And what I'm not digging is every gameplay video, half of the time they're in fucking menus, powering up, building this, let's connect this, let's get this, connect. I'm like, this, I just want to play them fucking, through the story. I don't want to be stuck in menus
game down
half the time.
And not only that, but when you die,
yeah,
there's always like at least a 40-second loading screen.
Oh shit.
So it's
Wow.
excruciatingly annoying
That's long.
that if you die during the game, you just got to wait for the screen to load. It's a lot of loading time.
Wow.
And slows down the momentum of the game a lot. And it's rife with like bugs and glitches. So
I don't know if I want to pay $60
I
for
feel like
this game.
this game isn't fully done yet.
Well, they'll
I
probably
feel like
release
it's a great game.
updates.
It'll be a great game in like a year when they figure everything out. And I have a feeling that there's going to be a patch that they're going to have that's going to solve a lot of this stuff down the line. But
Okay.
right now, it's not quite. Now I'm playing on a PC.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if PlayStation's any better.
Yeah.
But it's pretty buggy.
Well, you get extra stuff on the PlayStation. Apparently, they don't get on the other.
You get Spider-Man.
Get Spider-Man and other, but all right. See, that's not. I'm not. That's
Floppy
So
Jock.
that gives me floppy jock for this game.
I didn't play the co-op, and I hear that's like with the selling point. You get to play with your friends, and you can be Iron Man, he can be the Hulk, you can be Thor.
That sounds like fun.
So I think that might be kind of fun.
Anthony, will you play co-op with me in this game?
What?
I know you're not paying attention. That's why. That's why I threw it to you.
I don't even know what that means. Co-op.
Will you co-op with me? Play the Avengers game together.
I don't own a system.
Oh well, that's a problem then. That's not gonna work. Yeah. Do you want to play this Avengers game? I'm not that hot on it anymore. I was, and now I'm like,
Do I want to play it?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind playing it, but I don't own a system, so that wouldn't be the game that would make me go out and buy a PlayStation 4 or something.
I feel like Imran, you'd be a shill for Kamala Khan. No.
I know, but it just I just didn't enjoy what I was seeing a lot. It looks like fun, but then it looks like the game's done. I'll put it away and never play it again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not itching to play it, and I played it for maybe 5 or 6 hours, and then I was like, all right, I get the game.
I get it. You know what I am enjoying? I finally signed up for PS Now, their subscription service, and there was a discount. It was only $45 for a year. And I could just download all these games and just stream them. It's amazing.
Oh, shit.
I know this is not new, but the whole fact that I could play a game, I got bored with it. I'm going to stream this one. All of the Batman games are on there. All of these awesome fucking. It's amazing. I love it. That's a lot of fun. And it's less. That's like $4 a month. That's like $3.50 a month for all the games I could play.
It's completely worth it.
And there's a lot of games I got to catch up to before dropping $60 for a new game. So,
well, you got nothing to do but be inside your house and scratch your balls.
Yes,
so go for it.
My balls was hot.
Shave your balls. Spray on that crop preserver by Manscaped. Anthony, final words. What are you texting? Are you on Tinder? What are you doing?
Right now?
How was Vegas?
Vegas was
shit. Yes, he went to Vegas.
Different. It's you could still get into some good stuff and have a good time, but for the stuff I like to do, the partying, it's fun, but I would hold off on going back
Not
anytime
the
soon.
same, huh?
Yeah, not exactly the same.
Floppy You're not going to get the bang for your buck.
If you gamble, you could probably get the bang for your buck. If you're trying to do some other stuff, there's probably not.
Now, do you
got to
wear masks when you gamble?
Yes.
And you can't drink when you're gambling.
You could drink. So if you're the only times you can take off your mask or if you have a drink or you're at like a restaurant or you're out by the pool.
No, but if you're gambling and you're drinking,
you're gonna lift your mask.
Can't
and then
smoke
put it
cigarettes
down.
either.
There's straws.
You can drink
Straws.
So if you're holding a drink in your hand, you could pull down your
Really?
mask and drink for a second.
Just use a straw. You can do that under the mask.
Yeah, it's just different. But
didn't.
It was good.
Was anybody wearing like plastic gloves or anything? Like all crazy people?
There were some people wearing plastic gloves, yeah. Which is kind of silly in my opinion.
It is, but I mean, everybody.
You immediately start touching your phone, and then you've
Now
contaminated
you have
your
it
phone.
on the gloves. That's all.
Yeah.
It's just on the gloves. But everybody's touching those machines. It's got to be a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's strange.
Use your elbow to press the fucking jackpot button. There we go.
Yeah.
Jackpot. All right, Ruggs, where can the listener find you online?
You can find me online at Really Rug Boy. So come by and say, "What's up, motherfucker?"
That's right. Also, visit the show notes for this episode, jockandnerd.com/346. It has links to everything we talked about, how to stay in touch, how to support the show, how to stay subscribed. Share the show, listener. If you enjoy it, share with a friend you think will enjoy it. Invite them to join the Facebook group. Ruggs, I think that's working. I think we're picking up some more listeners from the Facebook group.
Let's fucking open up the floodgates.
Get your friends in there if you think they will enjoy this content and will keep their minds off the craziness. That is 2020. Thank you for listening to the Jock and Nerd podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's a nerd.
We'll peep you next time.
Let me tell you about Tony, all right? Tony ruins lives.
Yeah, me too.
Not funny.
Their bottom is very weak.
Floppy John.